And to catch up, we should be live. Hi everyone. We are doing a little bit of bonus content for the Vice. Our good friend Silya, who was defeated in combat, I guess it was 2 episodes ago now, with a strange displacer like beast, but much larger and much deadlier, within a strange space, not of this world. And she wanted a rematch. And as we have quite a few players in our game, and wanted to do a little bit of bonus content here for you guys on this Memorial Day weekend, and go ahead and play through this. So the combat itself, when we have all 7 players around, doesn't take up such a large portion of our normally scheduled time. So let's just introduce ourselves. Jeanette, tell us a little bit about yourself and who you're playing.
Hi, I am Dragon Druid. I am playing our High Elf Rogue. She's stubborn, what can I say?
Very good. I am Tall Squall. I'm your host and your DM for our little battle royale. This is a theater of the mind type of a battle, as it's in a strange, otherworldly place, and we wanted it to be a little bit more cinematic instead of on a grid. So we will turn it over and get right into it. So Silya, you find yourself alone, having snuck away from the group, to attempt to return yourself to these ruins that are guarded by this strange beast.
Alright, um, so, Celia, she looks at her ring. Let me put some flex on it. She looks at her ring and says, alright, you gotta work with me here. And, she's gonna pull her rapier and her dagger,
Okay.
and she is gonna try and focus her shadow ambush ability.
Okay.
But instead of sending just her weapon through, she wants to try and send her entire body through.
Okay. So I'm just getting it up here in front of me. I should have gone ahead and done that. So you're trying to do this with your shadow ambush.
Yes.
Okay. Um, okay. Um, just as a note, this will burn that ability
Yep.
to do this. So you begin to focus yourself, and you take out your rapier and begin doing your normal combat actions, things that you are familiar with, and as you've trained since for months now with this new ability to be able to basically rip a hole with the tip of your rapier and thrust it through that rift and have it appear from an unforeseen direction on your opponent. You deftly whip your rapier around and slice downward, and see the rift open up. Do me a dexterity check to try to catch this rift and to force yourself through. I will let you use a natural 20 on this if you
Yes.
would like to gain access.
Yep, she's going to use a natural 20 for this.
Okay. So as you slice downward and with practiced agility, you dive forward, getting yourself almost completely vertical, almost as straight as your rapier itself. And instead of just thrusting your rapier, you throw yourself through. And you find yourself once again falling through swirling clouds, flashing with magical energy. The sky above, this mixture of pure darkness, and part of it with a jagged edge that looks like a normal night sky. Out within that darkness, you see other spheres, some that are shattered, some that are still whole, some that are swirling with an internal fire as though suns have been trapped within them and exploded. And you are falling again, floating really, slowly, gently. Below you, you see that same sort of gray, powdery landscape. You see ruins of the columns, arches, and walls all fallen over, shadows not behaving as they would normally, crossing and crisscrossing as though they are cast from unseen light sources that are not here. The light is dim, and you arrive once again amongst the ruins of the Riftwalkers.
All right. Silya is going to start walking towards where she first encountered the Void Walker.
Okay. You cross over, and the wall that it was shrouded in shadow before, actually, there's light there now. You don't see this Void Guardian, this displacer-like beast there, but it is definitely the same place, just it seems as though the shadows have shifted and the light has changed a little bit.
Silya calls out, Beast, I need to talk to you. And after she does, she just kind of looks around, kind of keeping an eye out,
Okay.
just in case he tries to like get her from behind or something. She's prepared.
Do me a perception check.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Great, guys.
Yeah, on a nat 1, you are so concerned about being snuck up on, you realize that you're not paying attention for any other sounds in the area. But as you kind of are starting looking at every possible form of ambush that might come, you are unable to determine whether this creature is even present or listening.
All right. Okay. Silya sighs and kind of like she's talking to everything.
Okay.
She to call out. She says, I have to read now.
Go for it.
She says, Beast, I've come before you again to accept your challenge. I know you look for a protector of the plains, and I will be that protector. And she kind of pauses as she begins to set her weapons down. She pulls her bow off her back and sets it down, pulls her quiver, sets it beside her. She says, we fought before, And you've seen what I can do to those who threaten me, my friends, and my home. We fought each other, and truth be told, I was scared. But fear drives me forward, not backwards like most. You saw that when the attacks kept coming. I may have feared for my life, but as you saw, that didn't stay my blades for an instant. I stand before you, unafraid for my life, but scared to think what will happen if the realms remain unprotected. And I can't allow that to happen. Even if I don't get your blessing now, I will continue to come back as many times as it takes until you see that I'm the right woman to do this. If it takes us fighting, so be it. But I pose this to you. I am stubborn, almost to a fault. You can break me physically, but my mind, my heart, my very soul will not be broken so easily. The worlds need me. I know you see this. I know you felt it when we battled last. You wish to test my dedication to a cause. Ask anyone I travel with. Do not quit. Do not give up. For here and unto eternity, my blade and my essence scream to defend that which I hold most dear. And by the gods, no one goes after my friends or family and gets away with it. Let me be that for the realms that we live in. And then she waits.
Make me a persuasion check with advantage. I'm not going to let you spend on it. You can't use it. You can't use an at 20 if you. I've already given you advantage, so yeah, but you need to roll it. With a 19, from around a corner off to your left, the beast comes stalking out. It's a very pretty speech. But you see, the realms are safe and closed until a guardian takes up the mantle. And you must be prepared to defend the rifts once they reopen. I am here to test, to make sure you're using all of your skills, all that is inside of you. And until you can prove to me that you are the chosen one that you think you are, these rifts and these realms will remain closed to you and to all others. Are you prepared to fight again and show me that you can take all that I throw at you?
Silya looks at him, and then she looks at her weapon and says, I will do my best. And she picks up her rapier, and she picks up her dagger, puts her quiver back, puts her bow back.
To fight is not defeat. Think of it as training. And you see his form shimmer, and let's see how he does on disappearing on you. You see his form sort of blend into shadows. You can do a perception check to see if you see him, and then
I'm rolling crap for perception.
I need you to go ahead and roll initiative.
Okay. Oh, crap initiative, man.
You go first. You currently cannot see exactly when he began to shift and the shadows gathered around it. You did not see where, just a brief look away as you drew your weapons, and he can't be seen. You may do a perception check if you would like to try. No, that perception check probably is. I mean, it's been less than 6 seconds. So, how would you like to prepare yourself?
Silya is going to kind of run back, and she's going to hide as her bonus action.
Okay.
And hide behind a rock or something.
Yeah, one of these arches or one of the walls. There's plenty of broken columns. So roll me a stealth check.
With advantage, 21.
Ooh, nice.
And don't forget, I don't know if it has advantage or anything on perceptions in its terrain, but it has disadvantage to see her because of the book.
Right. Yep. So,
and then whenever she does that, she's going to hold her action.
Okay.
Until if it spots her, it comes into range or something.
Okay.
For rapier and dagger.
Okay. So, let's see. You sit there in tense silence, and waiting for an opening, but you don't see, or nothing comes. No attack immediately comes at you. Roll me a perception check. Okay. Just as your heartbeat thumps 5, 6, 7 times in your chest, something catches out of the corner of your eye. Walking right beside you, stalking, looking from side to side, you can see the faint outline of this beast.
Does it come within 5 feet of her? So it would take her, it would send off her held action?
Yes, it was. It creeps right by your position. You would be able to use your action.
All right, she's going to attack it twice.
Okay. Remember, first time is disadvantage with first time, but still hits just barely.
And then second.
Both have hit. Go ahead and roll up your damage.
And of course, I don't get sneak attack.
Yep, you don't get sneak attack on this one, as this is a very alert creature. Even as you leap out at it and hit it twice, its eyes do turn around, seeing you as you lunge forward, and you do 17 points of piercing damage as you first stab it with your rapier, and then follow up with your offhand dagger. It wheels around at you, and actually using its leap back ability, disengages with you about 15 feet back and snarls and goes, "Let's see if you've learned anything." And you see both of its tentacles whip up as these shards of darkness come shooting out across at you. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, dice gods. You were with me last night. You gotta be me here. Be with me here. Why?
On a 14, you dive one way, but it adjusts its aim just as you move over, and you are hit by all of these shards as you take 19 points of void damage as the shards, once again, not piercing, going through your actual flesh, they sort of just meld right into you, and you feel them sort of explode inside of you as the necrotic, this void energy begins to dissolve, sinew and flesh from within you. That is its turn. It is about 15 feet away from you as it used its movement and its leap back action to get away. Apparently not.
Alright. Ms. Silya is still able to see it.
As it's at the end of its turn, it starts to shift again. Its displacement ability, kicking back in.
Alright. Alright, she's gonna look for it and then attack if she sees it.
Yeah, you don't have to do a perception check. It's just its form is shifting. It did not hide. It's just the displacement, its displacement thing of having disadvantage on the attack until you hit it is in effect.
Then she will run up and attack it twice.
Okay. First attack hits, and so the second attack is rolled at normal. And a 26. Both of those hit again. For a nice 16 points of damage. It looks... go ahead.
And then, as her bonus action, she will disengage. First, free action, healing die.
Yep, you can use a healing die as a free action.
So, and then, let me make sure I don't have a potion I could use. Other than healing potions, of course.
Yeah.
No, I don't. And no, she won't take a potion as bonus action. She will disengage.
Okay.
And run. How far did it go?
You were just in melee range with it. You can go as far as 30 feet.
Okay, then she will run back 30 feet.
Wait, I'm sorry. Yes, you had to come forward to it 15, so you could just back off 15. Yeah, I'm sorry. I misunderstood the question.
Yeah. Well, she will back off 15.
Okay. It hisses at you as you attack it again, piercing its hide with your rapier and then following up with this slash from your dagger. And it sort of snarls and looks around at you, and we'll see if it recharges. You see it lower its tentacles down and sort of laying them back as it seems as though it might have a different tactic. It is going to... it sort of hisses at you and goes, "Yeah, you're not ready yet," and opens its mouth to use this sort of sparkling starlight breath starts flowing out of it. I need you to do another dexterity saving throw.
Why?
On a 15, you fail, and this breath sort of covers you in starlight as you take 10 cosmic damage, and you are covered in this, and so attacks have advantage on you as you are not able to hide while covered in this.
Great. Wonderful. Okay.
You say you're ready to defend, yet you can't even defend yourself. And it goes, as you're 15 feet away, it's going to see if it can drift into the shadows. It, you see it disappear behind a wall. You can do a perception check.
Yep.
And it completely disappears from your sight, becoming one with the shadows, between its sort of shifting displacement and then its black skin ability to know this terrain and knows where all the places to hide. You look around the walls, the columns shining in the weird, eerie moonlight, revealing many shadows, but not this creature any longer.
Ooh, I do have a potion that I forgot I had.
Okay.
Honestly, didn't know I had it, but apparently I do. She pulls out the potion of light breath.
Ooh, okay.
And she drinks it.
Okay, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, as this is the, as you pull it up, you see this green liquid, and swimming in it looks like there are chunks of rotten flesh. There are maggots that are worming their way through them. Other sort of long things that look like tapeworms that are still moving deep inside of this just vile concoction. As you open it up, you can hardly stand the smell, but you take it and slug it back. And I need that Constitution saving throw.
All right. Can I use a natural 20 for this?
Oh, I would, high or low?
Low.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope, you can't.
okay.
You can roll it, though.
Oh, God. Okay. I'm a rogue. I don't have proficiency. But I rolled double 19.
Double 19s. It is horrid. But you feel within you it sort of vaporize in your stomach. So it's almost like, when you take a shot of Everclear or something like that, and you just have it. You can hold it in, but you know that you will be able to release a pretty substantial breath of nastiness if it hits its target, for sure.
Okay. And
Currently, as you look around, I'm going to say, since you said you found it, that's going to take your action to drink it, because you didn't have it in your holster. But you kept it down. Good for you.
Yep. All right. That's her action. So that was necrotic, yeah. All right. Scroll that to the top. Okay. So, then as her bonus action, because she just saw this thing disappear from 15 feet away.
Yeah.
And then just disappear. So she is going to run the opposite way, 60 feet.
Oh, so you're double dashing the other direction.
Dashing.
Okay.
I'm dashing the other way.
Okay, yeah, and you, as you still are covered in this sort of shimmering starlight over top of you, so yeah, you wouldn't have been able. Yeah, you realize that hiding would not be a great idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so you stand there, just exposed in the moonlight, awaiting. Okay. And first. Come on. Do the thing. So, from out of the shadows, pretty much out of nowhere, as this creature seems to be able to move very quickly and is very roguelike in its skill set as well. A claw comes swinging from you from out of the shadows. With a 9, I totally misses.
Yep, that misses.
And then the follow-up claw comes around with a 16.
No.
So yeah, you see it in the shadows as you're standing there looking around. You see it coming just before it is able to get at you. You see these 2 giant claws sort of shifting with displacement, and you're able to dodge out of the way. Both of them just catching air, just one claw ripping the corner of your cloak as you go by, as it goes by, and they're looking up at you with a snarl for having it missed. It stares you pretty much even. This cat is so large, it's not lowering you, it's looking you straight in the face, and just growls at you.
Hallelujah for dual wielder feet.
Yeah.
All right. My turn now?
It's your turn.
It's still in front of me?
It's right there in front of you. So, as a con save, it looks like I've got. On a 17, it does save. It sees this vile breath come out of your mouth, and it is able to, its hardy constitution of living in this void space seems to be able to shake some of it off, but it definitely, you see like sort of the fur and face on its skin sort of peel back from this, your exhalation of this horrid blight that you have breathed upon it. For it looks like it would be 16, which would be 8 damage. 8 necrotic.
And then free action healing die.
Okay.
5. And then
you do notice that the sparkling on your body has faded after as the end, basically at the end of its turn. That it only lasts for a little bit. You no longer are not hidden. Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Then she will use 5 feet of her movement to disengage.
Okay.
Blue armor. And then she will go 25 feet and hide.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth. Yeah. So you disappear into the shadows, and cat have shaking the necrotic energy out of the eyes. You see that it doesn't seem to have any sort of bead on you. It's still going to look, but and you see it pace around almost in a circle, sort of as cats will do, kind of goes in a circle trying to look for you, and upon not finding you, stalks over off to the nearest grouping of shadow, and roll me a perception check to see if if you lose it. You see it go into the shadow, but these shadows aren't quite as dark as some of the other ones, and you can see it still pacing through the shadows, very close to where it had emerged from before with its claw attack against you.
All right. Then she will. How far away is it?
From you, probably about because you ran back 30 feet, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry?
25 feet.
25 feet from where the attack was. So you could make it there. You would need to do a bit of a jump. So to make it all the way to melee range, you would have to do an acrobatics check to try to get over a column that's sort of between you guys. But, it's leaping over a column. It's nothing super strenuous for Silya. But you'd have to do it.
Yeah, well, she was going, her blight breath, so she has to do the D6 to get it back, or is it just something she can do for an hour or 3 times? Or...
It's a recharge. So you've got
okay. D6?
D6.
Nope. She's not getting that. So, yeah, she will go jump. Superhero landing.
Yep, go ahead, do me that acrobatics check. Don't nat one it. There you go. Yeah, you are able to leap over and land again at this beast. Being alert, it does see you coming, but you can go ahead and make your attacks against it. Again, it does have its displacer effect, so you have to hit it the first time to not have disadvantage, which you do even with disadvantage.
I'm gonna use my...
Ooh, Savage Attacker.
Roll the exact same thing.
Well, 22 hits. So for 10 points of damage. You sort of catch it in its haunches as you leap over top of it. Your rapier going right into sort of its left flank. Your dagger sort of ripping across its tail. It swings around in anger and swings up its tentacles and at close range with void shards into the area around you. Need you to make that dexterity saving throw. On a nat 20. Look at that. On a nat 20. It's a good thing, too. You see these... You've gotten used to it doing this. And on this nat 20, as these void shards come swinging down at you, you juke to one side, go to the other side, and there's about 5 more that are heading straight at you. And Matrix styles, you lean back and evade them as your evade talent kicks in.
Yes.
And take no damage as they pass over your head.
Whew. We're good. Okay. And I'm guessing it does a shimmer thing. And...
Yeah. So, it just snarls, seeing this new found dexterity that before you were very slow and clunky in your ability to get away from its area attacks. You now seem much more of an adversary than you were before. and it snarls at you and does its leap away to disengage from you as he was right there at you, and is going to use disengage, use its 40 feet of movement, and quite startled by this new development, and is going to attempt to stealth into and dive into the shadows. Now that's what we need from a guardian.
Okay, right. Perception check. No.
You are unable to see it.
Does it recharge on a 5 and a 6, or just a 6?
On just a 6.
Okay. I know some recharge on the 5 too. Okay.
Oh yeah, it's not. You all got that like at level 4. It's not as powerful as the other ones. And some other things that are out there.
Yeah. All right. So, she will free action healing die.
Okay.
I'm almost at full. I'll get there eventually. Until it hits me again. So I don't see it. So I will run back to the place I was.
Okay. You hiding yourself and hide? Okay, go ahead and do that stealth check. Ooh.
25.
Okay.
And hold my action in case it gets within 5 feet. She's gonna stab and slash out of the way.
Okay.
Once, because she used her bonus action. She can't hold a bonus action.
Correct. Yeah, can't hold a bonus action, just your action. This guardian slinks around. 4 seconds, 5 seconds, 6 seconds. You don't see anything. Nothing seems to come at you. You can make another perception check as it's back to your turn. You see nothing. Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
I needed to roll. I forgot to do check my D6. Okay.
And then D6 for no. All right, and she will continue to hide.
Yeah, if you're gonna
for a natural 20.
I was gonna say you don't have to roll again if you're gonna stay in one place. Yeah, but I mean, we can say if you would like to use spot a better place to lay.
Conveniently finds a better spot.
Better than a 25, all the way up to a 31. This is going to be interesting if both of us can't find each other.
This is basically two rogues in a spar.
Yeah. You are there, waiting in ambush, and you hear just of a stone falling from directly above you. Second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds. What are you doing? Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay. Nope. We're both rolling for press. We're both gonna hide until we get our press back.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yes, it is your turn.
Continuing to hide and holding my action.
So to make this interesting, we should re-roll each time our stealth and our perception, so that otherwise we're going to be sitting here all night. So give me your stealth.
Right, advantage 27.
And and then I need to do my stealth. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
16.
Creeping directly above you, you see this void creature with the high ground looking out over there, waiting for you to appear, apparently having noticed that you are directly underneath of it. It is just looking outwards, unaware of you, but the moonlight is catching it just right from the position you're in. It would normally be hidden. You are able to see it, a sort of shimmering form against the blackness of the sky. It is your turn.
Okay. So I want to try something.
Okay.
How far is he off of the ground? Like, how far up?
He is. I mean, the wall is probably only about 6 feet high. I mean, 6 or 7 feet high. You're crouched down, sort of here in this little nook between a broken column and this wall, sort of in a corner. The little corner made by the intersection of these two things, and it is looking forward like it's ready to pounce, where it would leap all the way across the column, and you're just in, you're literally in a space it would probably think was too small for you, just right below it. Its chest to chin are exposed to you.
Okay. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Would Silya be able dang it. Would Silya be able to use her rapier to basically throw it to the ground? Like, stab it right here and then just like go like that, flick it for it to kind of force him.
Yeah. It would take a strength check to actually get enough force behind. I mean, a rapier is pretty whippy, but if you got it underneath there so that the pain would basically cause it to leap, I don't think you would actually be able to move this creature. It's very large. But basically, if you caught like it in the nerves up underneath of there, then I would say that you would be able to do this. What I'm going to treat this as is going to be, because you already have a disadvantage on this attack, because you're going to call the shot to do this, I'm going to give it a bonus to its armor class. In order for this to happen. But if it does, if you hit, and you're gonna have to roll for it. If you hit, I will give you that you make it leap, and actually, because of your location, give you the sneak attack as well.
Okay.
But you've got to hit the higher. It's gonna have +5 on its armor class, and you're at disadvantage. It's not impossible, but it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it is. Okay. I am going to try it.
Okay.
Oh, God. Here we go. This is where I need the dice god on my side. What is it? I don't know what his AC is.
His AC is 16. A 21 hits. Just barely. Look at you. Yeah.
Can I use Savage?
Absolutely, you can use Savage.
See if I can't get it.
Nice.
Higher.
Look at that. So with doing this, you ram your rapier right up, catching it right underneath the chin. You hear it screech. This huge creature making this weird, almost screeching sound from instead of its normal roars and guttural sounds, and you basically whip your arm forward, and just the sheer pain of being in this sort of nerve center underneath its chin, it wants to resist to it but just can't. The pain is causing it anything to stop the pain, so it leaps clumsily forward off the wall across this. Let me do this at disadvantage, as it's going to try to at least land. With a natural 1, lands belly up on the ground, prone, after taking your 23 points of damage. He is very close to you and prone in a bad way.
Okay. Is it still my turn?
It's still your turn. You haven't used your offhand attack, and I'm smiling at you because this would be the time to use it.
Yeah. I'm going to run up, use my offhand, and I'm going to use a natural 20.
Yep. Using your natural 20, which on your offhand attack, which activates your shadow assassinate ability. This creature on the ground in front of you, you leap over top of the column, having just taken it off the wall, thrown it to the ground. It's laying on its back. You leap down right basically on its chest, looking at you, and you take your arm, and it's expecting you to take your knife right to its throat from the front, but using your shadow and assassinate, a rift opens up around your arm, and your hand comes out of a matching rift to the left of its side and holds your blade to its throat. Silya, what do you want to do to finish this battle?
Oh my god. She says, whenever her hand comes out of the rift, she says, "You were saying?" And she's gonna wait for him to reply. And then
it looks at you and goes, Perhaps you are the next Riftwalker. Silya Roloran, the Destined One. I am Mithrani.
Spell that for me, please.
Mythrani.
Okay, so it's MYTH, what?
Rani, Mithrani.
ANI. Okay.
And these roads are now open to you. And its eyes close and then reopen, and a blaze of dark radiance emerges from them. And from all around you, in all of these shadows, everywhere where there was an archway, a column leaning against a wall, within every one of them is filled with a rift, as 1,000 rifts open around you. These rifts and these pathways are yours to command and to guard. I will call upon you if we are ever threatened. But you have passed the test.
thank the Lord. Silya's like, do I kill you? She's like, do I take the dagger away? What?
You're asking?
I'm asking.
Yeah, Mithri's like, well, I'd appreciate it if you didn't, and it does means that you won't have to live here the rest of your days. I can be sentinel until the time has come for you to use these for your own travels.
Silya goes, okay. She pulls the dagger back and just like goes through the rift and just like back to her hand.
Yeah. It stands there, gets back on its feet, stands there and looks at you. These rifts lead to other planes, other worlds, other spheres. They cannot be used for travel within your own sphere. But there will be a time when you will need to go to others, to other places, to root of the evils that infect spheres, to cull them and cut them out with your blade. Riftwalker, your destiny has just begun. And it closes its eyes again. And you find yourself standing back where you were on the normal plane where you had snuck away from the party and where you had cut the rift and dove through. It seems as though almost no time at all has passed, as though you had taken that dive and then just did a sort of shoulder roll and landed on the other side. Silya, Blade of the Plains, Riftwalker. What do you do next?
So Silya just kind of stands there, like dumbfounded, like, I did it. And, like, she would still have her blight breath right now. She just lets one out.
Yeah, you belch loudly, and a green cloud of blight emerges.
She's like, oh, I just needed to do that.
Great job.
Oh, God. Oh, gosh. I was like, I gotta be tactful for this one this time. Oh, gosh. That was amazing.
It was a good job. Great. Grant, hey, and the dice spoke.
They didn't like me very much at the beginning, but...
Hey, that brought up the drama. Anyway, congratulations. Yeah. You are officially now level 7. You have evasion now. And a whole another plane of worlds. All the planes of the worlds to eventually be able to traverse.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit about mechanics of it. In general, it is basically to be able to do interplanar travel, not like teleportation inside the world. But yeah, eventually, you guys are going to need to do some plane hopping, and Silya might have a little bit of an in there now.
Yay! That's great.
Cool. I think with that, we will sign off with our little bit of bonus content here. We actually got quite a few viewers along the way. Thanks, everyone who tuned in. We certainly appreciate you guys being interested in our story. This is just one little piece of it. Our main campaign occurs on Saturdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. And we like to role play our level ups. And so this was being a rogue, wanted to have something sort of interesting and different, and also knowing that in the future there are more things that Celia is going to be involved in that tie back to some things that happened to her campaign, her curse, and things, curse and destiny, as they have unraveled. And yeah, so congratulations. Good rolls, good thoughts on how to defeat this foe instead of just a brute force approach. So I'll turn it over to you, Jeanette. Did you have fun? And tell us a little bit about where we can find you.
I had so much fun. Like, holy crap.
Speech was good, but you weren't getting out of there without having the combat.
Yeah, I know. So y'all can go follow me on Twitter. I don't really tweet much, but I retweet when people are streaming D&D. So if you want to know if somebody is streaming D&D, follow me. I'll post my link in the Twitch chat.
Cool. I am Tall Squall. We do run our channel 100% for charity. This month we were supporting the Ovarian Cancer Research Fund. And you guys, we've met our goal a couple days ago. We still got a couple days left. I know DeBaldly has been raising money over on his channel to donate. I was a guest player over on his channel last night. I had a lot of fun. We'll probably be making a return there as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little bonus combat session with Silya as she leveled up. And to answer Paisley's question, it's not always a combat or a quest. Sometimes it's just a role play. I think Tunarth was explaining it to you. But yeah, it's been different for everyone in different ways. Sometimes it involves luck of the dice. Sometimes it involves a little bit of insanity with our one player who's slowly going insane. All sorts of different interesting things that have happened in our level ups before. So we think it's always interesting to have a story about why people get their new and different skills. I thought a beast that had lots of area of effect attacks would be just perfect to for having evasion kick in at the right time with that naturally rolled nat 20. So anyway, thank you guys, everyone, for turning in. Hope you all enjoyed it. Until next time, gather your friends together and tell a story. Stick around as we're going to go raid somebody. Don't know who yet. I got to go take a look. But appreciate everyone for tuning in and for all your support you all have always given to our station. Have a great time. Gather your friends together. Go tell a story. That's what it's all about. Bye-bye.